Hello, good evening. I'm Shay Gitani. I'm with Oz Arab Media here, and we are celebrating Diwali, the Festival of Lights. I have two incredible guests with me, but before I talk to both of the guests, I just want to give you a quick intro about why we're here and what we're doing. You see a lot of colour. Well, that's what Diwali brings, and a lot of lights. It is one of the biggest celebrations in the Hindu religion, and without a doubt, I think it's even more colourful than Christmas. So I want to definitely introduce our audiences here to Diwali. For those that live around such great communities that have the Diwali festivals, I would very much encourage you to actually go out, see what the celebrations are about, and definitely get to know the people there supporting it and a bit about the stories behind Diwali, because, you know, there's a lot of myths. There's not really those myths, but that's what we hear. But I'd like to hear it from the people celebrating and leading it. And we have two incredible people here that have helped put together this incredible event at the Epping Club. I'll get them to introduce themselves. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Indu Harikrishna, Chair of SCG.
Thank you, Indu. And together with Indu we have...
I am Lakshmi Pilamari, Secretary of SCG.
Thank you, Lakshmi. Now, I just want to point out Lakshmi's name, the significance with your name. Do you mind telling the audience a bit about?
Lakshmi's name is Diwali. Generally, they do the prayers for Lakshmi, which is goddess of wealth, prosperity, happiness, everything you name it, whatever you want in the world, it's after Lakshmi.
That's a pretty incredible name, a great standard to live up to. So I'm going to actually talk to Indu. So Indu, if you're like me, someone that, you know, appreciates Diwali, you've gone to Diwali, but a little bit intimidated by all the events and how to celebrate, what advice would you give to somebody like me who would love to go to an event and not feel so nervous?
I would love to say, when you go, be colorful, be cheerful, because that's all about Diwali, coming together, exchange sweets and nice food and cheerful moments. That's all about Diwali. So because it is winning over darkness, over the light, so that is the whole idea of Diwali.
So it's a very religious event, definitely about the color, but I want to touch on that, the light winning over darkness. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
See, basically Diwali falls after the no moon day. So we celebrate putting lamps all over the house, and we welcome the goddess Lakshmi into the home.
Lakshmi, which is representative of the god here.
Welcome Lakshmi into the home.
It's basically good over evil. So our history says the Lord Rama, who actually has won over evil. He's not actually evil, but the evilness in oneself. So it is also about evilness within yourself. You have to win over every year. So it also says win over your evils, get the goodness in yourself, celebrate it with family, friends, and with food, light, and it's a festivity. Just go with the flow. Do what you're doing is nothing right or wrong. Happiness, wealth, enjoy.
So who wouldn't want that, especially in these times? Happiness, wealth and joy. And I can't take away from the colour at this event. I tried to wear red. I definitely did try to wear red, but I cannot compete against the beautiful, lovely saris that I see. Can you tell me a bit about, your thoughts behind it? Some advice to women getting their first saris even?
Sari is our culture. We always love to be showing us in our own culture. Though we say Australian, our heritage is Indian, and that is our identity, and we are proud of it.
Yeah. That's lovely to hear. And you?
See, sari is an attire which is basically, in the olden days, if you see, it doesn't need any stitching. It covers the whole woman body. It also gives it covers the body, at the same time it also makes your woman beautiful. You admit it, like the dresses what you wear than the sari, it actually make the woman more beautiful. It makes you feel good. So when you wear it and it's really nice. So, and it's a cultural outfit, and it is worn across India, but it's worn in different styles, and the colors, the combination depends upon the lightning and even the heat. Because India is such a vast country, you've got the most cold areas to the most hot areas. So depending on where you belong from, the colors and the shades and the textures change. Like the south of India, mostly cotton, but the north of India, they wear mostly wool. So, That's
the different areas, like different clothing, even different celebrations of Diwali, which I've looked into as well. What can we expect from tonight? Before we even get into some of your top tips for people around Sydney, where the top Diwali festivals are tonight, what can I expect to see?
We are the first ones. We are the first ones in the array.
That is
so
incredible.
technically tomorrow is Dashara. Dashara is on the day when the Lord Ram has killed Ravana, who is Rakshasa, which is evil person. So he actually killed him tomorrow, but he reaches home by walk on Diwali night. So that's the essence. So on that day, his city lighted with lights to welcome his king back. So tomorrow is Dashara, which is again a big festival, but we are doing almost 15 days ahead this festival actually. So you will see more and more Diwali activities happening in the next 1 month. So 15
That's
days.
amazing. So I felt something special about this event today, one of the first celebrations to kick off. And like I said, it's very, very colourful. Can I go to you and tell me what are the maybe top 2 or 3 Diwali festivals around Sydney or events that you would suggest somebody to go to celebrate?
I think it's Hindu festival, Hindu fair, which happens in Parramatta, Hindu Council.
Yes.
They do a big, it's not like a party, but it's basically a fair.
Open fair.
It's a fair.
It's an
So
open
they
fair.
have different stage performances happening, open food thing. You should go. You will have a lot of saris to buy.
Local business there. You can support
Lots of saris you can buy.
Beautiful. I know it's always hard for me to pick out a sari. I was invited to a wedding last year and I just, endless choices. I just didn't know what. So incredibly privileged to be here, and I know like our viewers would have learnt so much. If there's one thing that you could wish for the year ahead in terms of Diwali, wish the viewers, the Lebanese Australian community, if they were to hear these words from Diwali for the first time, what would they be?
Wish everyone have good health, prosperity and happy life. That's it.
Thank you.
And many parts of India, they also celebrate the New Year. So Diwali is the New Year, especially the business people. They start their financial books on the day of Diwali. So it is also a Happy New Year from Indian side. And also, it's again, happiness, good health, good wealth, enjoy.
Thank you very much. I think we're very privileged to have you. I'm happy to continue to speak to you about Diwali. We have a couple of your other colleagues who might be in, but thank you so much. I've learned so much about Diwali, and I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Coming from
It is technically called Deepavali. So Deepavali. Deep means the light, the earthen light with a lamp is called Deepa. So Deepavali means chain of lamps. That's why it's Deepavali.
Chain of lamps.
So it is over the period it became Diwali. So it's technically Deepavali.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's basically it's different in different parts of India they call it as, but basically it's all about lights.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Lovely a night ahead of you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you again. So we just heard from 2 very amazing people. You've heard it as well. The first Diwali event kicking off in Sydney, which is pretty huge. The first Diwali event, and I was just blown away by the colours. And the saris, incredible sari. I think beautiful today, beautiful look. Can you please introduce ourselves? Our viewers are mainly Lebanese Australians, mostly participating in Diwali or hearing about Diwali for the first time. So I'd love to hear about you, about yourself, and one thing that you could take away from Diwali as somebody that's quite new to the beautiful cultural event.
Hi, this is Manjula Viswanath, the CEO of Sydney Community Group. And thank you so much, Oz Arab Media, for being a part of our organization, event after event. And thank you to your whole team for making time. Diwali this year has kicked off earlier for Sydney Community Group because I think it's in November, but by the time we hit Diwali, there's so much happening. We wanted to be the first one to celebrate Diwali with our community. And we're celebrating Diwali just not with the Indian community. We're celebrating with at least 17 different communities here. And that's the special thing about Sydney Community Group is that we have all communities coming together to celebrate this one big festival of lights, which is Diwali. And what's take home for Diwali is that Diwali is it's about prosperity, it's about good health, it's about good living, and we want to wish everyone who's here with us that they stay happy, they stay prosperous, they stay healthy, and of course stay wealthy as well. And another important thing which we're celebrating today is we have about 30 Liberal members here with us, parliamentarians, MPs, MLCs and councillors. We're also celebrating a lot of councillors win with the LGA elections, and we have three important people two who've actually won the local elections in Epping, which is Councillor Srini Pilamari, and then we also have Councillor Charles, and both represent the Southeast Asian community, the Indian community as well as the Chinese community. And this is for the very first time we've had a win from these two communities representing the Epping ward for City of Parramatta. So it's a great feeling for us, and it's all about celebration.
Yeah, and I definitely want to continue speaking about Diwali. Like, it's such a beautiful event here and the traditions and the culture, but we will touch on the policy and the community voice coming out. Similar to the Lebanese Australian community, having that strong voice in Parliament is a huge help. So for somebody attending their first Diwali event, what would you say is a must-see or a must-do event in Sydney?
A must-see would be going down to Harris Park. I think they would have a big Diwali celebration. There's a lot of restaurants out there. And also visit temples if possible, because you get the real traditional, vibrant culture of what Diwali means. And a lot of eating and, a lot of shopping.
I can definitely attest to a lot of shopping, and like I said, an incredible sari outfit.
Thank you.
And I actually thank the Sydney Community Group and yourself for extending the invitation to other community members. Being the first event going on in Sydney, I think it's incredible that we're able to be part of it.
Thank you.
So you mentioned and you touched on there's a lot of Liberal council members here today celebrating the event. Local government. Now, a lot of people will say, what can we achieve in local government? What is your hope for both your local Epping community, but also for your local and your cultural community?
So Sydney is very multicultural now, and it's so great to see that all the multicultural people are being embraced within the government. And local government is so important that they are the voice which goes out to state and federal. And you need to have a multicultural team who can represent the voices of so many multicultural people outside. And Epping has proved it, and so has other councils, but Epping has definitely proved it, having an Indian heritage and somebody from the Chinese heritage. So that proves how multicultural Sydney is.
It is. I thank, again, you for your time today. If I can ask you one thing, what is your takeaway from Diwali this year for yourself? What would you like in the next year? You have a lot of people looking ahead, a lot of light over darkness, prosperity and good health, a lot of well wishes. What is your wish for the next year, commencing today on Diwali?
I've got two.
Okay.
So one personal is always happiness for my family. That's what I always pray. Second is this is our second consecutive year celebrating Diwali at the Epping Club. Next year will be a hat trick, so it's going to be the third year. And we would love to see more and more vibrant communities coming and celebrating with us and make it bigger than it is now.
And I know I'm speaking for all our audiences, we would love to be part of that next invitation.
Absolutely.
It's a beautiful event, and I'm looking forward to seeing what's there tonight. I spoke to your colleagues earlier about what I could expect to see tonight. What can we expect to see tonight from the event?
There's definitely a 5-course Indian meal which you're going to relish, and there's a lot of cultural performances, and there's a lot of Bollywood music for everybody to sway and enjoy. And it's an event which is going to bring a lot of people together tonight, so it's